What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. How's everyone doing today? I just saw 2024, The Crow. I just saw the movie The Crow 2024, and my thoughts on this movie are a little bit, not as good as my normal reviews. So let's get straight into it. First of all, I just want to clarify, I have not read the comics on The Crow. I have not seen the original movie with Brandon Lee, so my opinion is going to be more, a little bit more different than I guess the normal audience. I think the idea of The Crow is just fabulous. Something about this guy and this girl he loves, and she dies, and he dies technically too. I'm telling you guys, I do not know a lot about this movie. The only thing I know is what I've learned from this movie. So, in my sense, this guy and this girl die. This guy loves this girl so much that the crow brings him back to life, and pretty much as long as he loves this girl, he cannot die. And I just think this idea is just fabulous, 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 fabulous. And I might have to read the comics just because of it. I might also have to watch the Brandon Lee movie, the original movie, just so I can have another opinion on how it should be made, I guess. But I'm going to, of course, enter into the non-spoiler review, and then later we'll go into the spoiler review. Let's start with the non-spoilers. This movie it's very pretty, I would say. I wouldn't say it's beautifully shot like Alien or Dune 2, but this movie does look good. I'll give you that. There is a little bit of, errors in the CGI with the crows, the actual, birds. There would be some shots where a crow would be sitting on, a tower, and it would just look a little bit weird. But, other than that, this movie looks good. I like all the CGI and effects that they use on his body and his regeneration. I like all that. And yeah, this movie just looks good. I like it. Second off, the characters, obviously we went into this movie knowing Bill Skarsgård would perform. I think he was just given not the best writing. I feel like the writing was, a little lackluster for, this idea and this amazing comic so I've heard. And I just feel like he could have had a better script. He could have had some better writing, because there was some dialogue where I was a little bit out of it. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but it's FKA Twigs, but I might butcher that. I'm sorry if I did. But she was okay in this movie. There wasn't a lot of flair with her character, and I think where you have a movie where this guy falls for this girl, and she's supposed to be this angelic character, and she's supposed to be easily fallen for by this guy. You didn't get my attention. You didn't grab me. I did not believe that this guy fell in love with this girl instantly, and I think that's what they try to do in this movie. When you have this character who just has a little bit of lackluster writing, and this character that you don't believe that you can fall in love with instantly, it brings me out of the movie a little bit. Another thing, the pacing is just it's not good. I don't like how this movie flows. I think the first half of this movie is very poor. The second half gets a lot better with the action and all the, Bill Skarsgård being badass as the actual crow. But before that, it's a little bit too slow for me. And I don't know if that's because I haven't read the comics or seen the original movie. I'm going to refer to that a lot just because, I want to clarify that I don't really have anything to compare this on, and I don't know how good the actual Crow comics are. But something about this pacing with the two main leads in the first half is just, it did not get my attention. I was just really brought out of the movie at a lot of times in this. But like I said, the second half of this movie really picks up. I think the action is great, and all the effects with all the guns and stuff, and all the action just actually looks pretty good. And I'm glad that the second half had all this action and fast pacing and stuff, because it really brought back the movie with me. Something that I think a lot of people are going to agree with me on this is the choice of music in this movie it's god awful. This is when I say the music is awful, I don't mean the actual like music is bad. I mean the choice of music. There are many times in this movie where you have Bill Skarsgård walking down this aisle, killing people and being badass, and it's playing these upbeat music tracks, and it brings me out of it so much. I feel like they could have been great with it. And when you have in the trailer Bill Skarsgård walking down an alley playing to Travis Scott, you're gonna get excited for the music, and then when you have these upbeat, like happy songs, it did not. I don't know. Something just didn't sit right with me. I did not like what songs they used in this movie, but maybe that's just me. I hope more people agree with me on that choice, because that's something I felt really strong with. That I think the choice of music was a complete miss for me. And I think that's all I had to say that's not spoilers. So if you want to go see this movie, go see it. I'm not telling you shouldn't. I'm not telling you should. But here are your spoiler warnings, and here we go. When she dies, I think her name is Shelly. I honestly forgot. When Shelly dies, there is this long pause, and I know it's supposed to be him figuring out who he is and how he gets these powers, but I feel like there's just once she dies, there is a long pause between him getting this revenge to him just being like, what am I doing? And I don't like that. I feel like if this is supposed to be a movie about this guy, killing anyone who stands in his way to get her back, I guess, I don't like how he doesn't instantly get this revenge motive. There is just, with his character, he can be so badass in one scene, and then the other scene he's just like freaking out. And I don't know, I just don't, his character, it's so mixed sometimes. Like, in the second half, he was literally killing people with like a katana, and he was stabbing them and looking them like straight in the eyes. But like 25 minutes before this, he was like crying and freaking out. Like, I get it, your girlfriend died, but I don't know, something about this. And I think the big thing that I can't explain is something is off about this movie. I don't know if it's the mixture of like the music and the pacing and the plot, but something just I did not like about this movie. Like I said, the first half is just it's a very boring watch. I went to go see this with two of my friends, and one of them pretty much fell asleep during this first half. It's a very slow pace, and I don't like how this may be a slight nitpick, but I don't like how he falls in love with this girl so fast. And I know there was like a time jump like in one of the scenes, but I just didn't see it. I don't see how he could have fell for this girl so fast. And when that's the whole premise of the movie, that really just brings me out of it. I was like, are you sure you want to make these deals with the devil and stuff to be sent to hell just to bring her back? I did not see the realisticness, I guess, to this. Like, I just did not see it. And I need to figure out how long it is that they were together. Maybe in the comics they were together for like years, but with this movie it feels like they're together for like 3 months, maybe 3 months max. And he falls so hard for her that he becomes like immortal. It doesn't work for me. It sucks to say, but I am glad that a lot of people are, having the same thoughts of this movie on socials, because I didn't want to be the only one to say this movie was bad, but I think this movie is bad. And where do I rank this in my 2024 standings? You got movies that are similar to this, like Godzilla and Kong. You got Roadhouse. Maybe even Imaginary if we're going that low. But where do I put this? I think I'd stick this between. I'd probably put this above Godzilla and Kong, but I'd definitely put this below something like Abigail. You know, so maybe like a 4 out of 10. This was, and I respect for what they did with the action. That the ending with him just murdering everybody through these halls. I respect what they did because it was a lot. There was a lot of creativity behind these kills. You know, you got him stabbing himself, him shooting himself just so he can get to the other person is pretty cool. And I like the idea of him being immortal and him just like taking all these bullets and stuff. But that alone cannot carry this movie to where it wants it to be. I think we all kind of expected that this movie wasn't going to perform as good as the original. Even though I haven't seen it, I keep telling people, you know, I haven't even seen the original, but I know the original is better than this. And that's when you know that, you know, this is just a remake that unfortunately did not do as good as the original. And there is my short but sweet review of The Crow 2024. If you guys enjoyed this little video, smash that. Not me, guys. I said smash that, the like button. That's right. Okay. So I'm gonna see you guys very, 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 very soon.